I'm with Ivan Pack. He's the PPC candidate for Richmond Centre in British Columbia. And Ivan, why don't you tell the people of Richmond your story about being an immigrant and coming to Canada and why the PPC would be the party for you?
My family moved to Canada 23 years ago. And the reason my parents decided to leave their home country at that time was Hong Kong is because they were afraid of the communists of China. And the reason they moved from China to Hong Kong is also because they were afraid of the Communist Party of China, because we don't have the freedom in China to speak against the government. And if you do that, then you will face, a serious consequence for not just losing your job, probably you'll end up in jail or even being killed. And so my parents think they want to have a family. At that time I was young, and they want their kids, to grow up in a place, with no fear to speak about any opinions. And so I grew up in a family like we always look to freedom of speech and to be a free man, what we believe. And that's why we moved to Canada eventually. And the reason why I joined PPC is because last year I was running as a school trustee in my city in a municipal election. And I find out something about political correctness. People are afraid to speak about their mind, and because you don't want to criticize certain ideologies, and if you don't believe in the ideology, and so I feel it is the Canada is actually heading into a very dangerous place, where I experienced myself before when I was back in Hong Kong and China. So I don't want Canada to become a country like China without freedom to speak, freedom to assemble, freedom of the press. And so that's why I joined PPC.
Now, Justin Trudeau has said that of the countries of the world, he most admires communist China. You fled communist China. What would you think when your prime minister of your newfound country says that he loves the communism of communist China because they can get things done, turn things around on a dime? What do you got to say to Justin Trudeau about that?
I think it's just ridiculous. And people here, and as a Canadian, we have the freedoms, to speak about our own mind. And then for communists, everything is about control by the government. Okay, now I told a friend, just a few days ago when we have a conversation about communist government actually assign you a job at that time, right? You don't need to find a job because they give you a job, then it's a lifetime job. So you think this is secure? You think this is guarantee your life? It's not. They take away your choices. So for Justin Trudeau to say something like this, so he is actually imposing this communist ideology here in Canada. He wants to take away freedom of speech. He wants to take away our choice to be, to have your own job, to have the lifestyle you want, or to have the religions you believe in, everything. So that's the reason why I'm fighting against this, current government.
As an immigrant, what do you think of Maxime Bernier and the People's Party of Canada's recently released immigration policy?
I think it's a good policy. As an immigrant, I want to be fairly treated. So when we talk about numbers of in immigrations, and we should always focus on something like, is this sustainable? Are we taking immigrants in to benefit our country? So for me, I have to find my own job here, or I have to start my own business that, when I move here, and everything start from nothing, right? And I have to work harder than everybody else in order to fit in. And so if we are taking immigrants from other countries who will only rely on our government support, then everybody's paying the price for that. And I don't think that's fair.
Well, Ivan Pack, thank you very much and wish you best of luck in Richmond Centre.
Thank you very much.